Hello and welcome. You're watching DD India. I'm Gautam Roy and this is Express News, the show with the 100 rapid fire updates. Let's get on with it. Well, sharing its revised monetary policy on Friday, India's central bank, the Reserve Bank of India's Governor Sanjay Mehrotra announced that the RBI has cut repo rate by 25 basis points to 6.25%. This is the first rate cut in nearly 5 years to support economic growth. The move aligns with market expectations as inflation eases. The RBI also estimated that real GDP growth for the next year will be around 6.7%. For the third and fourth quarters of FY26, it sees economic growth at 6.5% each. The RBI has also projected that CPI inflation for the current financial year will be 4.8%, with Q4 at 4.4%. Assuming a normal monsoon, CPI inflation for the financial year 2025-26 is projected at 4.2%. With a reduction in the repo rate, the rate of interest on home loans is expected to witness a dip, thereby bringing much needed relief to home buyers. The RBI governor also noted that headline inflation eased during November-December 2024 compared to 6.2% in October, though it expects core inflation to remain moderate. The central bank's governor said that the RBI will launch a campaign titled Financial Literacy, Women's Prosperity, commencing from the 24th of this month to enhance women's role in financial decision-making and household budgeting. Addressing the media further, the governor urged all banks across the country to actively participate in the campaign, recognizing the critical and multifaceted role of women in society. To curb banking fraud, the governor also announced that the Reserve Bank shall implement the bank.in exclusive internet domain for Indian banks. Registration for this domain name will commence from April this year. The RBI has also proposed to extend the additional factor of authentication to online international digital payments made to offshore merchants who are enabled for such authentication. Now, as the budget session of the Indian Parliament moved ahead on Friday, Minister of State for Health and Family Welfare, Anupriya Patel, replied to questions asked by members of the Lok Sabha regarding maternal and infant health outcomes during the question hour. Also during question hour, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal replied to the question regarding the import and export of diamonds. Earlier in the day, matters raised with the permission of the chair were taken up during Zero hour. Replying to supplementaries during the question hour in the Rajya Sabha, Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said over 4,300 farm producers organizations have registered with the eNAM portal till the end of last year. And while replying to supplementaries during question hour in the Lok Sabha, Chemical and Fertilizer Minister J.P. Nadda said that at present, the fertilizer producing capacity of the country stands at 31.5 million metric tons. Narcotics Control Bureau Mumbai's zonal unit busted a major drug syndicate in Mumbai, suspected to be handled from outside the country. 11.54 kgs of very high-grade cocaine, 4.9 kgs hybrid strain hydroponic weed, and 200 packets of cannabis gummies and 1,600 rupees were also recovered during the raid. Karnataka High Court denied the request to transfer the investigation of the alleged Mysore Urban Development Authority or MUDA scam case involving Chief Minister Siddaramaiah to the CBI on Friday. The Calcutta High Court admitted the CBI's plea challenging the trial court's life term till death sentence awarded to RG Kar hospital rape murder case convict Sanjay Roy on Friday. The 15th edition of Asia's premier aerospace and defense exhibition, Aero India 2025, is set to take place from the 10th to the 14th of this month at Yelahanka Air Force Station, Bengaluru. The Health Department of Maharashtra has identified 170 suspected cases of Guillain-Barré syndrome, with 140 confirmed diagnosis and 1 death reported. Pune has been the hardest hit by the outbreak. In markets at close, Nifty dipped 43.40 points to 23,559.95. The BSE Sensex also declined 197.97 points to settle at 77,860.19. The Indian rupee recovered 26 paise from all-time low closing level at to 87.33 against the US dollar on Friday. Gold futures maturing on the 4th of April was priced at 84,650 INR per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for 5th of next month maturity stood at 95,677 INR per kg on the MCX. Oil prices rose marginally in Asia trade on Friday, but were on track for a third straight week of decline due to US President Donald Trump's renewed trade war against China and threats of tariff hikes on other countries. Brent crude futures was up at 74.81 USD a barrel, but was poised to fall 2.5% this week. Britain's security officials have ordered Apple to create a so-called backdoor allowing them to retrieve all the content any Apple user worldwide has uploaded to the cloud. Denmark's biggest lender, Danske Bank, reported on Friday its fourth quarter earnings above expectations on the back of increased customer activity and said it would launch a new share buyback program of 5 billion crowns. US job growth likely slowed in January, partly hampered by wildfires in California and cold weather across much of the country. The unemployment rate is forecast at 4.1% amid historically low layoffs, with wages rising solidly. US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order that accuses the International Criminal Court of engaging in illegitimate and baseless actions targeting America and its close ally Israel. Trump ordered asset freezes and travel bans against ICC officials, employees and their family members, along with anyone deemed to have helped the court's investigations. The US House passed a bill last month to sanction the ICC, but the Senate's Democrats blocked it last week, saying the bill could backfire on US allies and firms. The Council Chief of the European Union, Antonio Costa, has warned sanctions on the International Criminal Court were a threat to the wider judicial system on Friday. Protesters gathered outside the US State Department on Thursday before blocking an intersection in Washington, D.C. to voice their opposition to cuts in the US President's emergency plan for AIDS relief by the Trump administration. The Panama Canal Authority has refuted the claim by the United States that it has secured free passage for government vessels through the Panama Canal while bowing to US pressure to quit a key Chinese project. Panamanian President Jose Raul Mulino expressed his rejection of managing the US-Panama ties based on lies and falsehoods after the State Department's claim. Mexican armed troops began guarding the fence snaking along the US border as part of a deal with President Trump, who delayed tariffs on Mexico in exchange for increased efforts against illegal migration and fentanyl smuggling. Israel has informed the United Nations Human Rights Council that it will follow the United States in withdrawing its participation, its ambassador to the UN in Geneva said on Thursday. Ukraine received the first batch of French Mirage 2000 fighter jets as well as US-made F-16 fighters on Thursday. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed the arrival of the jets as European allies seek to strengthen Kyiv's hand in the conflict with Russia. Ukrainian military reported on Friday that it shot down 81 out of 112 drones launched by Russia overnight in an attack on the country. The Ukrainian military also said that 31 drones failed to reach their targets, likely due to electronic warfare. No damage or casualties have been reported in Kyiv, though gunfire was heard as the city's air defenses came into action. Efforts to bring peace to the Democratic Republic of Congo are gaining momentum, with the United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres calling for mediation to end the crisis. African leaders are set to meet to address the escalating violence in the occupied city of Goma remains on the brink of uncertainty. The joint summit will be held in Tanzania on Saturday. In Bangladesh, an uncontrolled mob vandalized and set fire to the residence of former President Abdul Hamid in Kishoreganj district on Thursday. Daily Star newspaper reported that homes of Awami League leaders were attacked and torched, and murals and busts of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman were demolished and defaced in nearly 24 districts. French President Emmanuel Macron hosted his Emirati counterpart Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan ahead of a summit on artificial intelligence in Paris next week. Macron and his UAE counterpart attended the signing of a protocol agreement on cooperation in artificial intelligence between their two countries at the Presidential Palace in Paris, France. Filipino Vice President Sara Duterte has said she is prepared for her impeachment trial. She said she would welcome her father, former President Rodrigo Duterte, to join her defense team if he wishes. A passenger train was engulfed in flames in Pennsylvania's Delaware County on Thursday. All passengers were safely evacuated from the train. We're taking a short break at this point. Keep watching DD India and Express News. Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. Let's take the show further on. Now, UN Climate Chief Simon Steele has delivered a stark message in his first speech of the year, urging countries to strengthen their climate commitments. The UN Climate Chief has laid out priorities ahead of the annual climate talks in November and encouraged countries to prepare stronger national climate plans this year. Heavy snow is still falling on the Sea of Japan coast. Snow accumulation is likely to continue to increase in many areas. The weather agency has urged people to be on their guard against avalanches. A strong winter pressure pattern is expected to continue until around the 9th of this month. According to the Japanese Meteorological Agency, strong cold air will continue to flow in intermittently on and after Friday, and strong winds and snow are expected. The northern main island of Hokkaido faces the harshest weather with significant traffic disruptions, stranded drivers and school closures. The massive snowfall has broken records and has especially affected the eastern parts of the island, such as Obihiro and Kushiro. South Korea's Seoul experienced sudden and heavy snowfall with a cold wave warning now extended through the weekend. Snow accumulation on the road has also caused the traffic to move slowly. Sub-zero temperatures are predicted for Seoul in the next 3 days, with the mercury hitting a high of 0 degrees Celsius on Sunday. Cold wave warnings have been also issued for most of the northern part of the country, including Seoul. Strong winds brought on by a cold wave have hit parts of North China, bringing freezing temperatures and causing the spread of sea ice in some regions. In Beijing, 25 meteorological stations detected gusts above the level of 8 on Thursday. According to Beijing Meteorological Service, strong winds are expected to continue until Friday. The lowest temperatures at night in some areas of the city are forecast to be below -10 degrees Celsius till Saturday. And incessant rains have triggered flash floods in Peru. These intense downpours have led to overflowing rivers, inundated roads and destruction of infrastructure. Onlookers in Peru watched on in the city as a storm drain surge dramatically swept across into the city, taking in mud, stones and trees. Authorities have declared an orange alert, with emergency teams working to assess the damage and to protect homes. According to the Met Department, the maximum temperature over West India is expected to rise by 2 degrees Celsius over the next 3 days. The Met Department said the maximum temperatures in central, east and south India are also likely to be 3 to 5 degrees above normal for the next 3 to 4 days. A river in Greater Buenos Aires in Argentina turned an intense red, alarming residents. The residents suspect toxic spills are to blame. Authorities collected water samples from the river, which flows into the Rio de la Plata and borders an ecological reserve, to determine the cause of the discoloration. Residents speculated that the red hue might be due to aniline contamination or chemical waste. The first National Bamboo Conference is set to begin in Nepal's Khotang district on the 27th of next month, with the theme "Where there is bamboo, there is life, and where there is bamboo, there's bamboo." Environmentalists and experts will highlight bamboo's rapid growth and its potential to drive economic development. With 81 bamboo species, Nepal accounts for 19% of the world's bamboo coverage. The 38th edition of Surajkund International Crafts Mela was inaugurated in India's western state of Haryana. The Mela will end on the 23rd of this month. 648 participants from around 42 countries are taking part in the Surajkund International Crafts Mela this year. Representing the ethos of rural India, the Surajkund International Mela celebrates the unique diversity of Indian traditions and culture. The National Museum of Anthropology in Mexico City welcomed a Brazilian photographer for his exhibition showcasing 230 images capturing the Amazon forest's vastness and beauty. The exhibition highlights Amazon's natural and cultural region, paying tribute to the people and cultures of the vast rainforest area. Satirical Bald Archie art exhibition was opened in Australia. The Bald Archie pokes fun at significant sporting, political, cultural and media figures, all of whom have made news in the past 12 months. A silver langur baby has made its public debut at New York City's Bronx Zoo. The baby monkey, identified by its bright orange-colored coat, was born in November 2024 and can now be seen by guests in the zoo's Jungle World exhibition. New York Fashion Week kicked off with 3 designers at the Men's Day morning session. Veteran designer Aaron Potts, known for his genderless aesthetics, presented a collection that was born out of displeasure of the political climate. NY Fashion Week will run through till the 11th of this month, with over 60 designers showcasing their new collections in various locations around the city. The film industry's most celebrated costume designers were honored in LA's annual Costume Designers Guild Awards. The awards come as Hollywood's award season heats up ahead of next month's Oscars. Costume designer Linda Muir won the award for excellence in period film for Nosferatu, while costume designer Lizzie Crystal won the award for Excellence in Contemporary Film Award for Conclave. Actor Angelina Jolie was honoured at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival with a Maltese Modern Master Award. Acclaimed film and television actor George Clooney previewed his upcoming Broadway debut in Good Night and Good Luck. Clooney is the co-writer and star of the play adapted from his 2005 film of the same name. The play Good Night and Good Luck is scheduled to begin previews at the Winter Garden Theatre starting the 12th of next month, with an opening night on the 3rd of April. Paramount Pictures on debuting the first trailer of Smurfs almost 8 years since the Blue characters last hit screens. The animated musical features a star-studded cast including comedian James Corden and pop superstar Rihanna. The latest Smurfs film, which also stars Octavia Spencer, Nick Offerman, Nick Kroll and Amy Sedaris, will be released in cinemas on the 18th of July in the United States and the UK. Oscar-winning actor Matthew McConaughey is confirmed to star in The Rage, an upcoming historical drama directed by Paul Greengrass. The long-anticipated return of animated musical comedy television series Phineas and Ferb confirmed for summer release. New episodes will debut this on both Disney Channel and Disney+. Indian actor John Abraham as Stara, the diplomat, is being teased out now. The film will hit the big screens on the 7th of March. India defeated England by 4 wickets in the first ODI in Nagpur on Thursday to take a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. Ravindra Jadeja and debutant Harshit Rana claimed 3 wickets apiece, while Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer and Akshar Patel slammed 50s. Irish left-arm spinner Amy Maguire has been suspended from bowling in international cricket with immediate effect after action was deemed illegal by the International Cricket Council. Carlos Alcaraz eased into the quarterfinals of the Rotterdam Open on Thursday with a comfortable straight sets win over Italian Andrea Vavasori. Stefanos Tsitsipas battled from a set down to overcome local hope Talon Griekspoor in a 3-hour match. Liverpool thrashed Tottenham Hotspur 4-0 at Anfield on Thursday to set up the League Cup final against Newcastle United. The former interpreter of Los Angeles Dodger star Shohei Ohtani was sentenced on Thursday to nearly 5 years in prison for stealing money. The 9th Asian Winter Games 2025 kicked off in China on Friday. The Games will continue till the 14th of this month. Forward Ferran Torres scored a hat-trick to lead an imperious Barcelona to a final rout of Valencia in the Copa del Rey quarterfinals on Thursday. The governing body of US collegiate sports changed its policy for transgender athletes, allowing only those assigned female at birth to compete in women's sports. Services has emerged as the front runner in the medal tally in the 38th National Games in Uttarakhand. 4-time Olympian archer Tarundeep Rai from Sikkim won the bronze medal in the men's recurve event in the National Games. Jewel Sarkar from West Bengal clinched the gold, while Indira Chand from Services Sports Control Board clinched the silver medal. Champions Inter Milan faced a 3-0 defeat at Fiorentina in a rescheduled fixture on Thursday as Moise Kean scored twice for the hosts. And Maya Rajeshwaran advanced to her first quarterfinal with a 6-3, 3-2 scoreline in the Mumbai Open at the Cricket Club of India on Thursday. And that's it for now in Express News. For all the latest, keep watching DD India.